everyone. Welcome back to Poppin In with Alexa and Molly. I'm Alexa.
I'm Molly.
And we're two podcasters you won't catch at an LA high school party.
And that is because we are not on Euphoria, which is what we're going to talk about today.
Also because we're like grown adults, so like...
We definitely didn't have to re-record that twice.
Yeah, it was more than twice. It's fine. There was a lot. I feel like I had a lot of spit in my mouth earlier when I was recording it. I kept saying LA house cast party.
Yeah, that was good though.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, well, happy to be here.
Yeah.
I missed you, even though it's been...
I feel like, yeah, we saw each other on Friday. Molly had a great pop culture Halloween costume.
Thank you.
We come to this place. How does it go?
I forgot. We come to this place for magic.
For magic. So she was Nicole Kidman
from the AMC commercial.
Yeah.
I have to give some shout outs. Shout out Eric.
Okay.
Friend of the pod, Eric, who drove to an AMC to get me an AMC cup.
Hell yeah.
And shout out Megan for delivering it to me.
Also, shout out to your jeans, because you really, like, pulled off Nicole Kidman. Like,
oh, thanks.
You walked out of the door.
I thought you meant my jeans. I was like, what are you talking about?
You've got good jeans.
I've got great jeans.
When you walked out of the door, I was like, that's Nicole Kidman. She really, like, and you really didn't have to change
really
that much about yourself.
I got multiple people say that I did look like, Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory. Apparently he dresses as, I forgot what it was.
The Doppler effect. He does. And anyone who said that.
There were a couple people who thought that.
Wrong. Why?
I had no idea what they were talking about either. I hate Big Bang Theory.
I know you do. I just cannot imagine someone like saying like, are you the guy from The Big Bang Theory? And you just being like crushing your AMC cup. You're like, no.
I looked it up and I was like, all right, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you were great. You were at Jeopardy. You and Chris were Jeopardy boards.
Yes, it took a long time to make the Jeopardy boards,
funny.
And they had like little questions in them. And I was a Jeopardy contestant. However, I realized I didn't make much sense without Chris. And I'm like, I don't mean that in a romantic way, but I'm just like walking around with a Jeopardy board that says Alexa.
And you know what? Maybe we'll post our costumes on the Instagram story.
Should.
And then Matthew and I are going to have another little costume this week. And I'm excited. But
we're going to be the same because I'm not doing another one.
That's okay.
And also, like, I want to get some use out of that board.
No, you should.
Yeah.
I don't need use out of my AMC cup a second time.
Yeah. What did you end up doing with it?
Where is it? It's on our it had wine in it.
Yeah.
And it's still sitting on our counter. But I should throw that out.
Yeah, probably now.
Yeah. Because I wasn't planning on drinking it. But anyway.
Yeah, so we had a fun time.
We had a really fun time, and we're here back together again on an actual Monday, which we weren't last week, which you
guys
care.
Wouldn't know,
you wouldn't know,
but
I don't know why I brought that up. Anyway, but today we have some fun little topics.
Yeah, the pop culture has been popping.
Yeah, it has been popping. One big one is that Euphoria season 3 cast has been announced.
I forget that it's only season 3. Like, you just say that, I'm like, wow, the build-up for this is so crazy.
It's like, have you seen that list? And it is a long list of all the shows that have started and ended since Stranger Things has been on.
I'm sure it is.
It's a huge list, but I almost feel the same way about Euphoria. Euphoria, I guess, started in like 2020, maybe?
How many presidents have we had?
2019?
Like,
maybe it started
7?
in 2019.
Honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Been through a lot, personally, professionally, as a country, like, since Euphoria and Stranger Things first started.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think we've said before on the show, like, we're not really excited about season 3, but I'll probably be watching, but I don't think I'm excited at all. I think the show should be over. It sounds like a weird plot. It takes place in the future, apparently.
Yeah. Not like Jetson's future, but just like the future.
But like it takes place, I think they've graduated high school.
Yeah. And also I have a theory once we announce like all the people have joined the cast. I have a theory about like famous people in casts.
Okay, so Euphoria season 3 has added 18 new cast members, including
18.
And I mean, a lot of them are like new faces, but so the notable ones.
Okay.
Starting off strong with Trisha Paytas, and that is not a joke. She's like fully an actress now.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, I sent this screenshot to you, and I was like, I know that she is like snoozing in her bed right now, about to go on a trip, and I was like, I can't not bother her with this information.
And I want to break that down a little bit. So Trisha Paytas you know, for those who don't know, she's a YouTube personality. She's been famous forever. She's like one of the craziest people ever. She's had so many controversies. Now she's kind of more beloved, I guess. She has a podcast now. She has kids named Elvis, Malibu Barbie, and Aquaman.
Yes, I was gonna say her recent baby was named something wild. What are the nicknames?
Did see a really funny Halloween costume like trio, and they were dressed as like Barbie, Elvis, and Aquaman. It was very funny. So Trisha, here's the thing about Trisha is I say she's a flat. She did come to LA with dreams of being in Hollywood. She's one of those people who like she knew from the start she wanted to be famous, and I've always kind of respected that because it's like. She, like, I once heard her on a podcast say that, like, she came to LA knowing that she wanted to meet Quentin Tarantino, and then she met him and has, like, photos with him. And
there you go.
I'm sure, her foot is in his mouth or something in one photo, but I don't know.
What?
Because he has, like, a foot fetish.
Oh, I didn't know that about him.
That's like the most known thing about Quentin Tarantino.
That's crazy.
You don't know that?
Appear in his work all the time?
Yes, it's always in his work. Always girls' feet.
Maybe it's like you with like the rats in DC where I like hate feet things. Yeah, so like
avoiding it.
Yeah, so it's like blocking me out of my mind.
It's subtle. It's gotten less subtle. Like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there's literally a scene where Margot Robbie has her feet up on the chair. Like she's barefoot in a movie theater and she has her feet like right in front of the camera. And it's like, okay, come on.
Interesting.
Now he's like,
and we're going to get into some foot stuff in a different movie too. But
yes. So,
I thought you meant like she had her foot in her mouth because she's weird. No. Oh, yes. Also, yes.
Well, anyway, Trisha Paytas has been, and I just want to say, like, so Trisha Paytas is now, like, she was just on Broadway recently. She was just cast in another Broadway show, like, and now she's on Euphoria. So she's just, like, fully...
Something about
she made an SNL appearance. So anyway, yeah, Trisha Paytas gonna be in the new season. Also Natasha Lyonne,
which is like it fits, but it's also shocking.
It does fit, but I'm kind of like, but I'm forgetting that Euphoria, especially season 1, like is a good show.
Yeah.
Not season 2, but
it's not good, but visually. Aesthetically still good. Like there's like all the clips that come across my feed that I always click on are usually from season 2 because aesthetically like
I think it was Sydney Sweeney's best acting.
Yeah, I mean the scene I watch that scene like once a week of her in the bathroom. She's like, I'm the happiest.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is Oklahoma? Are you? Yeah. And she's like, do I look like I'm trying out for Oklahoma?
It was iconic, but then like when I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is stupid. Like the whole place episode was so dumb. I was really ready for that show to be over.
Yeah.
Danielle Deadwyler, who I can't name something she's in right now, but like I know her.
Is it Daniel or Danielle?
I said Danielle.
Oh, I thought you said Daniel. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure I said Danielle.
Okay.
She was in The Harder They Fall. She was in Till. She's been, nominated for numerous awards. A very good actor. And also Eli Roth, who is a filmmaker and actor. And that made sense to me because Eli Roth seems pretty crazy, but also he was in The Idol, which was Sam Levinson's other show that with The Weeknd. Yeah. So those are kind of the 4 main ones, but they've also added like a bunch of new actors, and I'm not going to name them all, but
Natasha Lyonne feels like a big pull. Also, I love her name. I love saying it. Natasha Lyonne.
Don't you think she'll be a hot teacher?
Well, they're not in school. They're adults.
Oh, you're right. Who are they going to be? I could see all these people playing teachers. Why have I been picturing teachers this whole time?
Maybe they work at the high school still. I don't know.
Maybe like now. I'd heard something. Last I'd heard about season 3, it was that Zendaya... Rue? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Rue is gonna be like a detective or something.
I think that was originally a plot line, but I think they scrapped it. That she was a PI investigating something. I don't even remember where the show like ended.
Do you remember? I just remembered Coleman Domingo was on the show.
Oh yeah,
that's like how I first knew him. But I wonder if he's coming back. I didn't see him.
Yeah, because he was like when I was thinking about like who should be cast in this show, he came up in my mind, and then I was like, wait, he was in it.
Yeah, he was so good too.
Yeah.
I think he won an Emmy for it. The thing is, it's shocking to me that all of these actors are coming back. Like that they did not lose. Well, they lost Barbie Ferreira, but she just didn't want to be on the show. They did not, other than that, lose. Would you see Barbie Ferreira was a Victoria's Secret angel?
Yes. And some people like we're just hating on the show in general because it had like a lot of non-models but like famous people.
And like a lot of influencers.
Yeah. Which I kind of was like, I don't know, wasn't Victoria's Secret doing that before? Like they would have like Kim Kardashian walk in the show and stuff.
Did they?
I feel like they did.
Well, Kendall is a Victoria's Secret model, but
yeah, But I don't know. And people were like, oh, like, and I think I'm like, okay.
I didn't know they ever did that until the last couple of years, but I could be wrong.
But my thing is, I'm just like, I don't know why we're doing it again anyways, the whole show.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Well,
we talked about that like when it came back last year.
Did we?
Listen to our previous episode.
I actually don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a whole segment.
I'm sorry. I just don't remember. We've talked about a lot.
We talk a lot. We talk
a lot in general.
Yeah, like every day we were in constant
We did talk for 2 hours before this too.
Yeah.
So Euphoria, yeah, I think it's shocking to me though that they still pulled the main cast.
Yeah, and it's shocking, but it's also not, because like for a lot of them it's kind of like their breakout roles. And so usually I feel like people come back to like support their breakout roles.
Not always. I mean, if I were them, it's such a messy show. Like I don't know if I would. I mean, I think it's good that they did, but I also am like shocked because you think about Jacob Elordi's career, obviously Zendaya.
Yeah.
Even Sydney Sweeney, like they're all booked and busy. Hunter Schafer.
Maybe it has to do with their contracts or something.
Especially Jacob Elordi. I don't know. It really should, because he seems like very busy.
Yeah. I don't know. It might have to do with their contracts, or like it makes me feel like maybe it is like season 3. Maybe it's a really good script. Maybe they read it and they were like, actually, this is really good. I want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They kind of all. I saw Jacob Elordi in an interview recently, and he did say he thought it was good, but I mean, he could just be saying that. But you know,
yeah, what's he gonna be like? Actually, this is shit. Don't watch it.
Well, Zendaya. So the actress that plays, and I don't know her name off the top of my head, but the actress that plays Rue's mom.
Oh yeah.
She is also a stand-up comedian, and she was talking. I probably talked about this in like past episodes, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but she talked about like in her stand-up, she was like, yeah, Zendaya's going off and like doing Dune and like all this, and she's like, I can't even pay my bills.
Yeah.
Because like she was kind of like joking, I guess, but it didn't sound like a joke because it sounds real.
Yeah.
Probably like really how she feels, but like Zendaya's sort of like holding back the production.
The thing
not
is,
just her, but like, you know, they can't go on with season 3 because Zendaya's so busy, and it's like, meanwhile this woman, like, she kind of relies on Euphoria to pay her bills.
Right. I feel like that's accurate. And then I also put a lot on Sam Levinson.
Yeah.
I almost said Leviathan.
We actually go back to our previous episode. I can't tell you what episode it is, but we did go through the whole drama of it all.
Because he seems messy. He seems chaotic. Yeah. And it'll be interesting because he doesn't have the person that he like co-founded the show with had passed away.
Right.
And I feel like that'll be interesting. But my theory I was going to say earlier is sometimes like you see a bunch of like famous people in a cast and you think like, oh, this will be good because famous people are in it. But sometimes when it's something like Euphoria, or I think of like Unfrosted or whatever, where people are just like, oh, like famous people are like, other famous people are going to be in this. I know that this is already established as a good show. Mm-hmm. Unfrosted, not the example to use here, but I know like this is already a good show, so I want to be a part of it. But then by the time like a bunch of famous people become a part of it, it's not that good anymore. Like I think about like Black Mirror in the original seasons, it's a bunch of like whoever's that you don't know, and then in the later seasons, like the episodes are still good, but they're not as
But like
good.
The Bear, think about how many
famous
cameos.
people are in The Bear.
And it's kind of ridiculous at this point.
Yes, and it's like, okay, well, you didn't get it on the ground floor, and now, like, we're sitting here with John Cena as a fact, and it's like, this doesn't make any sense. It's not, now that, you've been in it, it's almost like, it's almost like a trickle-down effect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, now you've joined it, it's not as good anymore.
We're not seeing you as a character, we're seeing you as, you know, as John yourself. Cena or Brie Larson.
And also, like, you weren't, like, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be good just because, like, famous people are in it. Again, Unfrosted, I know all those people were like, I want to be in a Jerry Seinfeld production. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it's, like, some of the most, like, the funniest, most famous people, like, comedians, awful. Yeah. Awful. And sometimes it's just like there's a bad production, but I feel like more often than not, if it's a bunch of famous people in one movie.
What's your favorite, like, ensemble movie? Like, is there an ensemble movie that you're like, that actually is really good, where it's like a ton of famous people?
I'm trying to think of any off the top of my... I would say, like, maybe Crazy Stupid Love had a bunch of famous people in it.
That's true.
And that was good.
I was going to say This Is the End.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of my favorite movies. And to this day, I still think it is one of the funniest, like, surprisingly funniest movies of all. Like, my mom and I went to see that when it came out. And I just remember, like, we didn't see previews for it. We had no idea what it was about. And I don't normally, like, laugh out loud in theaters, like, at movies or whatever. But, like, I was, like, dying laughing at that movie. And it had so many famous people in it. Yet it's such a good movie. It's so funny.
I'm surprised you didn't say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Well, I guess that does. You know what's interesting about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is it has a lot of people that it jump-started a lot of career, or not jump-started, but I feel like so many people became famous after that movie. Like Austin Butler, Mikey Madison, Margaret Qualley.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many famous people in that movie now.
You know what I think is an exception to the rule also is the studio. And I think it's because it's about famous people, but it started out as being famous. It's not like, oh, this was like a little show that got really popular. Now all these famous people want to be a part of it.
Well, the thing about the studio is that's what I was worried about when I first started watching it, is I was like, this isn't actually funny. And I think they're relying heavily on the cameos. And it took me a while to realize, like, that I did really like the show.
Yeah.
Like,
I liked it from the get-go.
I didn't. I was kind of like, this isn't funny. I feel like they're just relying on famous people.
I'm curious what your least favorite episode of the studio was.
This is an unpopular opinion because everyone loved it, but when they're shooting the one take episode.
Oh, really?
I didn't think it was funny at all. That was one where Seth Rogen's character pissed me off. Like, he just was his peak, like, you know how, like, sometimes he could be really annoying? Mm-hmm. That was, to me, like, his peak, like, annoying.
Okay. Mine is the one where they're at the, like, cancer benefit gala.
Oh, that was rough. I didn't like that either.
It didn't make me laugh at all, and I also was just kind of like, this is really uncomfortable.
I didn't like that
I liked the oneer, but that was the only episode I think that I didn't like, is the gala one.
Yeah, I didn't like the oneer.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, so Euphoria will be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I'll probably watch it.
I probably will too, but I'm not excited about it, especially because like they really, I mean, this isn't their fault, but they kind of have to pivot with the storylines a little bit because of Angus Cloud's death.
Oh yeah,
he survived that shootout, and the kid didn't. What was the kid's name?
His brother. That's not his name, but like, I know
it wasn't his brother though. Well, whatever, it was a kid.
Yeah.
So now they kind of have to pivot, and I think that's probably the best they could do, was just go into the future. They're like, well, now
they have to, and also because everyone's gonna be so old, like nobody's gonna look at Jacob Elordi and be like, you're 17. I mean, I barely did when it came out. God, he is so hot.
So I was just about to say
I've been watching like little, like, it's like, you know how TikTok does sometimes where it's like it blurs in and out from like little videos of a person,
like an edit.
Yeah, like an edit, but like they do like Jude, like, you know, the music. I don't know what you call that edit. But it's like a compilation of just like little videos of a person. I've been watching so many of Jacob Elordi, and I'm just like, oh my God. He is, and he seems nice.
He seems really nice.
And I just kind of want to ride on his shoulders.
That's
like,
not what I thought you were going to say.
I would love to play chicken in a pool, but like Jacob Elordi's my base.
Yeah, definitely win.
With his shoulders and my brute strength, like, nobody.
My brute strength.
Nobody's taking us down. Okay.
My brute strength.
Hit me up, Jacob Elordi.
I'm dead.
Chicken world champions.
Who would you?
Who would you play chicken with?
I know. Who would you? Yeah. So like, say it was you and me against each other.
Yeah.
Whose shoulders? I think I would be on Will Poulter's shoulders.
Will Poulter, interesting.
He's very tall. He's tall.
Jacob Elordi.
I know. Well, I would have said Jacob Elordi, but I do love Will Poulter.
Yeah, because I guess you could go easy like Jason Momoa, but that's like obvious.
No,
but Jacob Elordi,
he's got him as like tall. Like, he obviously is, but I don't think of like, whereas like.
But I think it could be. Sorry, really. And thinking of the physics of it, it could be like, you know how in Limbo, is it Limbo? No, what's the thing with the stick and you have to go under Limbo?
Wait, that's death. Hold on, what's Limbo?
Death. Oh.
Limbo. Wait, what?
Yeah, like it's like the stick and you go under.
It is limbo, right?
Limbo.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. In Limbo, like tall people actually struggle more because it's like harder to bend. So I don't actually know if tall people, like, I think you have to be tall and like wide. Like, he's got those broad shoulders. He's got like a strong base. Jacob Elordi.
Okay, so are you talking about my choice?
No, I'm saying like I think Will Poulter would be good because he's not particularly tall, but he's sturdy.
He's so tall.
How tall is he?
He's very tall. He's like known for being tall.
I feel like I've always seen him with people and thought he was very average. Like, I've never thought about his height.
He's like, he always like I watch a lot of interviews with Will Poulter, and he always says that he, like, the one thing people say to him all the time is they're just like, he's 6'2".
Okay, yeah.
I wonder how.
And like, because here's the thing is I don't think like Bill Skarsgård.
Never mind. I know whose shoulders I want to be on.
I don't know if he would be good because
Alexander's even taller than Bill.
Yeah.
Also, no, I'll talk about it another day.
Because Bill is too like.
Jacob is 6'5". What?
That's
off Will Poulter's shoulder. Hold on. How tall is
you can't get on Jacob Elordi's shoulders. My legs are already there.
I didn't. Alex
is just like the Polly Pocket House.
I said Alex. Alexander Skarsgård is 6'4".
My friend Alex.
He's 6'4".
Okay, so you're on Alexander Skarsgård. I'm on Jacob Elordi.
So much. Okay.
We'll do an arm wrestle after the podcast. Let you guys know who wins, and that'll really determine.
Okay. What if we did what if you were on Bill's shoulders and I was on Alexander's shoulders? We would both really fight to the death.
I just think Bill, he's like, again, he's got the limbo conundrum. You know, like I just think he's too tall and like not.
He's pretty buff though.
He's buff, but he's not wide. You can be strong, but you got to have in the water, in chicken, you got to have a sturdy base.
But they're Vikings.
I'm sure
in
Jacob
water?
Elordi, I'm sure he's what, Italian?
I don't know.
Elordi.
No.
Sorry. Anyways, he was probably like, maybe I'll do this with them, and then he just heard that and he said,
he was
never
considering
mind.
It though.
He's like, and we're done. But anyways, our actual question, if you don't know, every week we post a question of the week on our Instagram. Follow us at Poppin In Podcast. We want to hear your responses, so please answer us because they're thought-provoking questions that we really enjoy asking.
Yeah, that we put a lot of time and thought into coming up with.
Yes.
So the question was, who would you want to see on Euphoria?
So it reminds me of our White Lotus discussion.
I know, what famous person would you want to see?
Because they can't be too famous. You know, you're not going to put like Ryan Reynolds or someone, you know what I mean?
Correct.
But they can't be completely random. So I wrote down a list because I didn't want to forget. Coleman Domingo was on here, but obviously I took him off for obvious reasons.
Right.
He's already been on it.
Mm-hmm.
So my list first is Will Sharp.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, he just
you
has
can't just pick White Lotus people.
I'm not.
Okay.
Well, actually, 2 of these are White Lotus people, but the second one isn't. Okay. I said Bad Bunny.
Oh, that's a perfect answer. Because he would actually do Euphoria. Do you know what I mean?
He's been on screens lately. He's really like screen timing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third one was Patrick Schwarzenegger, who is also from White Lotus. So I
could see him doing that, actually.
So I guess I did just pick like White Lotus people, but it's tough because they have to have I don't even know how to describe the look. It's not a grittiness, but it's like not, you can't be too squeaky clean.
Well, they've got to be hot.
They've got to be hot, but not conventionally hot necessarily. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think Zendaya is hot, but not conventionally. I actually think Sydney Sweeney is hot, but like not conventionally.
What?
She is in certain ways. I think in other ways she's not. I think that Maude Apatow is hot, but not conventionally.
I always forget Maude Apatow's in that show.
Do you think her parents really fucked her over by calling her Maude?
No, I think some people see it as like, it's like one, because, you know, I don't personally love the name, but I think like a lot of people do like old-fashioned names. That's not one of my favorites, but
I just think it's just
Maude. It is weird to think that people are calling her Maude.
I think names that don't end in a vowel sound for girls are sometimes interesting.
Yeah.
Like it's just a hard like Maude.
Maude. Yeah, you're right. It does end with a vowel, but not a sound.
D.
Okay,
yeah.
Maudie.
Sorry. Okay, who's yours?
I don't know. What? Sometimes I'm so focused. You have to understand, I'm focused on actually, like, putting the question out there that I forget to answer myself.
Yeah.
I did just think of one, though. This is random.
Okay.
Real random. And I don't think he belongs on the show. I think he's almost too good for the show.
Interesting.
I've been thinking a lot lately about David Johnson.
Who is...
He is an actor.
Okay. Okay. Good start.
I was trying to think. Oh, so he's from Industry, which I know you watch. He was on The Long Walk. He's that British actor.
Oh, he would be good in you.
Nope. Wrong. Okay, Alexa typed in. Why? Alexa,
who is this?
She typed in David Johansen, and I just
the lead singer of The Who.
It's Johansson, but
oh no, it just says who. Oh no,
okay,
he's
Alexa,
the lead singer of New York Dolls.
Stop.
Anyways,
I don't know.
I know who you're talking about. He would be.
I was imagine expecting to see David Johnson, and you.
I'll take a picture of this.
I just wasn't expecting this. That's all.
I feel like a lot of people from Industry would do really well in
he's almost
Euphoria.
like too he's probably too good for the show.
Yeah.
Not that others on the show aren't good, but I just, you know.
It always surprises me that you never watched Industry because I think you would like it.
I don't like it being, people compare it to Succession, and that alone kind of, I'm like, it can't be.
It's not like, it's like Succession in that it's like they talk a lot about business that where, you know how in Succession they talk about business and it's like you don't actually need to know business to get the context?
Yeah.
It's like
I don't
that.
think it's at all even close to it. That's why I'm like, you could never.
No, but it's good. I think you would enjoy it. Just don't think about it like Succession. Just think about it as its own show.
We'll see. I do love David Johnson. So that's the only thing. You know what came to my mind, and this is not me saying I want to see them, but this is more of like I could see them being on there. Is like I'm surprised that someone like Cara Delevingne hasn't been on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's not. I don't think she's a good actor.
I don't think she's acting really anymore. Probably because she's not good at it. But
well, I think she's actually been struggling with some things in her life. So
never mind. Sorry.
Maybe she's just taking a break. But I've seen her out and about, as if I could see her.
Oot and a boot.
So, but don't you? I could kind of see that along the same lines of like Trisha Paytas being on the show.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just like I keep thinking of British people for some reason, and I guess they could do an American accent, but I'm like, there's no British people on the show, really, right?
British people on the show. I'm thinking, Jacob Elordi's Australian.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't, but he does an accent.
That's true.
He actually does a pretty good American accent.
Yeah, he does. He does a good British accent. He does a good everything. He does a good chicken.
Doesn't it feel chicken? Oh, the game of chicken.
Yes.
Doesn't it feel like we have been waiting forever for Frankenstein? I swear it is not. Like, when is it November? Like, I swear.
It really does.
Not that I want October to rush because I love October, but I'm just like, I want to see Frankenstein.
It's strange to me that it's being released in November. Like, it's just, I actually, my pet peeve is when they release, like, spooky things.
In, like, November, December or something.
Or, like, when Only Murders in the Building came out in, like, August one year.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
I was like, ew, I don't want to see people wearing coats and murder.
That was disturbing, yeah.
I want to watch Love Island or whatever, you know? Or like,
Euphoria
I saw that
is a good summer show,
yeah,
I feel.
I was actually thinking today, they just finished wrapping the new Carrie show, and I'm like, well...
Oh, I thought you meant you finished watching it. I was like, where?
No. They just wrapped up filming for it, and I'm like, well, that means it's going to come out, like, within the next year, probably.
Maybe next October.
They're not going to wait till next October. I know that. I know production. I know Netflix.
You know, I'm not mad if something comes out in the winter. I'm really not. Like, if it's like, because that's still kind of cozy and spooky in its own way.
But if you give me spooky in April,
absolutely
fuck
not.
off. I'm not going to watch that.
It could come out next September. That makes sense. Most shows come out in September, so that would make sense, actually.
If they just, I don't know, if they've just wrapped filming.
It's mood then. They still have to edit.
They're not going to give them a year to edit. I don't know.
It's not
Maybe
about,
I'm wrong.
It's not about, like, pumping
know.
it out. Sometimes they have to be on a schedule. They have to wait.
Yeah.
This is the Mike Flanagan show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think you had a really good list. David Johnson came to me kind of last minute. I had been thinking about Cara Delevingne as just like a weird thought.
No, she has the look for it. Yeah.
Exactly. I'll probably think of somebody later and be like kicking myself, but
yeah. But those are our thoughts.
And we talked about that for a long time. We didn't have that much information, yet we somehow stretched that out for a while.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of thoughts. We really dived into a lot of things there, so you're welcome.
We did. But I do want to talk about something that I feel like has been if I were to say what's like the most pop culture topic right now, I would sort of say this.
Who is this person? Everyone talks about her.
Okay, so this is actually shocking to me. Alexa does not know who this is, and that is actually a crime to me. That you don't know who Lily Allen is.
It's like I know I know the name because I texted you earlier. I said all my British friends, aka podcasters, talk about her all the time, and I always thought she was Lily James. I thought they were the same person, and I recently learned
you never
they're
heard
not.
the song "Smile"?
Come a bar, for me.
I was just gonna sing it.
Okay.
It's like the ones like I wanna see you smile.
Oh yeah, that's Lily Allen. Okay, that was good, by the way.
And then she sang like "Fuck you very, very much."
Oh,
you know
okay,
Lily
yeah.
Allen.
Wow, look at that.
She is. I love her music. I'm such a Lily Allen fan. As a person, it's a little crazy. It's a little weird. But
let's get into it.
But I do love her music, and she actually just released her new album West End Girl last week, and it's her first album in 7 years, which is kind of wild. Wow. I didn't know that.
And sometimes you got to take a break from making music to make new music.
Yeah, right. Yes, you do. Sometimes people should take breaks, because then something will come to you, and you got to be inspired by real life things too. Like, and she was. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. But yeah, so in her new album, like I said, it's called West End Girl. She talks a lot about the end of her marriage with David Harbour. He supposedly cheated on her, and for those who don't know who David Harbour is, he plays Jim Hopper on Stranger Things.
I was about to say, he's that guy from Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he's the Red Guardian from Thunderbolts.
Most famously.
Marvel movies. I mean, he's about to be in, like, Marvel now. Like, he's a Marvel actor. But, yeah, he is, they've been together since 2019. They got married in 2020. Now they're apparently separated. It had been kind of like, I guess people kind of knew in the last year because she had been on Raya. Yeah. And so sort of speculated, but she kind of confirmed it. And she claims that they had an open marriage, but according to an interview with The Times, she said, quote, "They are usually agreed upon boundaries in relationships, but whether those boundaries are adhered to or not is becoming a gray area all of a sudden. Dating apps make people disposable, and that leads to the idea that if you're not happy, there's so much more to choose from right in your pocket." And so she did say that she took creative liberties on her album, but a lot of it is based on her relationship with David Harbour. So yeah, he apparently cheated on her. Men are trash.
And then I feel like that happens anytime a guy, like you're in, like two like mildly famous people, like it's like the Anna Faris, Chris Pratt situation where it's like she was more famous than he was. Yeah. And then like he got a lot of success and he left her. Lovely Anna Faris, and it seems like the same thing where it's like, you know, Lily Allen.
That was so crazy. That one was upsetting.
That was really upsetting to leave Anna Faris. Lovely.
I do believe it's Anna Faris, but that's
okay. Embarrassing.
No, it's okay.
Well, I'm defending her.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
her honor,
it matters, but like, you know, you're being nice. Yeah, this one, and so, can I say the most upsetting part of this all to me?
Yes.
Other than her being cheated on?
Yes.
They've listed their New York City townhouse for $8 million, and I'm so sad because I'm obsessed with their townhouse. Oh. They did a tour of it on Architectural Digest, and it's so beautiful. It's so quirky. Like, it was just like, and the video, I remember that was the first time I knew that they were together, and I was like, oh, what an interesting couple. But I was like, wow, she seems happy. Like, they seem like a happy couple, and I was happy for her because, like I said, she's had some controversies. She's had a few controversies. So
like
I was
what?
like,
but I just learned that she wasn't Lily James. So.
Just please look at her Wikipedia for those who don't know. She has a lot from her career. She has assaulted people. She forced herself onto Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz has talked publicly about it. Like, she does not like Lily Allen.
Okay.
And so one thing though, I do just kind of want to note that she did previously cheat on her ex husband, Sam Cooper. She actually said that she paid for sex with female escorts in 2014 while on tour. And she said in an interview that she didn't regard it as cheating because the prostitutes were women. She's just an interesting character. I'm not defending David Harbour by any means because that's also really messed up, but she's not perfect either.
Are they the same age? Because he seems a lot older than her.
He does, but then I think about her career has been so long, it seems like. I feel like, let's see, David Harbour's 50. Okay, she's definitely older than her then. She's 40.
Oh, okay. That's not crazy.
No. I just, it's sad because I don't want to think of, I have this thing where when I really love a celebrity, and I shouldn't feel this way, but like when I love David Harbour as an actor, and I'm like, oh, I'm sad that you seemingly suck in real life.
And that's how I feel about like the whole Jeremy Allen White thing. Like, I really like Jeremy Allen White as an actor, but now it's really tough for me to like, because I just think about like his ex-wife and their kids and stuff, and I'm just like, I really feel for her. Like, that sucks because it's just like, also now you have to see that person's face everywhere. Like, especially
imagine.
David Harbour's probably like blowing up right now, so like soon his face is gonna be everywhere. Like you should not.
What's crazy?
Don't date or marry a famous person. You can't escape them.
The timing of all this is kind of wild because like the new season of Stranger Things is like about to come out, which I totally forgot, and I'm like, damn, the timing is so wild.
Yes, I mean like even like the stuff again, not to like harp on it, but with Jeremy Allen White, where it's like that was when his career was blowing up, and it's like. He had like you couldn't walk around, you couldn't see, you couldn't live your life without seeing his face, and like that has to be so tough.
I thought that with we talked about this before, but with Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande, I was like, can you imagine being his wife? And like, you know, people shat on him a lot. This is the first time where it's like the guy got all the, but it was like I feel like we're not really talking about Ariana Grande here. And how whatever.
Well, apparently there's rumors that they've split.
I know.
So we'll see about that. I think she's like, people are suspecting that she's moved on to her new co-star. I don't know anything else about that. I just heard it.
Do you know who her new co-star is?
I don't remember.
Well, if they're talking about, depends on what they're talking about, but she's about to be in like a remake of, what is it? Whatever. But the guy that she's going to be, who's her co-star is Skylar, I don't know how to say his last name, but from Righteous Gemstones.
Yes, that is who it is. Yes,
that's wild.
That's what people are saying. Because people are like,
he has a relationship.
Maybe
and he better not. I love him. So I love him. Please don't disappoint me, Skylar.
He is her type. He is her type.
He is.
I don't know, but again, this is all speculation. None of this is confirmed.
I know we're literally
allegedly. In all caps.
In all caps. Like, do not ever take our word for it.
Lunchroom gossip.
It really is. But, yeah, that's all I really had to say about Lily Allen. I love her music, and I am a fan of her as an artist. I, again, think she's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Sounds like David Harbour's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But...
to be fair, it sounds like I don't condone cheating, but like cheating in a celebrity relationship isn't like that crazy to me.
Well, they had an open marriage, which and her quote confused me a little bit. Like I didn't fully. It sounds like he was maybe cheating on her. Well, okay, the first thing I had heard, and I don't know, I don't have like a source for this, but I had just seen it like on Twitter, is like she found out he was cheating because she found toys.
Oh.
So I didn't see that when I was like looking up stuff about it. I just only saw it on Twitter.
I think even in an open marriage, it can be constituted as cheating because usually
it can. Yeah, totally. I'm just saying.
Because usually you have like those parameters set up, and it's like if you step outside of those, then
which is what she was saying, I think, in the quote. She was saying like, you know, you put up boundaries and then there's gray areas. Like, I think that's what she was saying.
Have you listened to the new album?
I actually haven't yet.
Have you heard anything about it?
I've heard good things. Okay. Yeah. I'm really bad about listening to albums when they come out. I've said this before, but I can never just like sit down and like the music has to find me. You know what I mean?
Same. I'm the same way. Like I never listen to a full album. It's like individual songs will like hit me. Yeah. Hit my feed.
Lily Allen's music just makes me so happy though.
Yeah, I could see that. Based on those two songs that you recalled for me. I appreciate that. Aw. I love that. Fun.
Yeah. But that's all I had to say about them.
Okay.
R.I.P. to them and their townhouse. Does anyone have $8 million that they'd be willing to loan me?
I'm curious what it looks like. Architectural Digest really makes me want to burn my house down. Like anytime I see a post on Instagram,
sometimes it's kind of bullshit though. I like roll my eyes sometimes.
Sometimes I will say, I'm like, they don't live here. I'm like, where do they put their car keys? Where is their stuff?
Well, just know, like, they do live there, but it doesn't look like that. Yeah. Like, it looks like a team comes in, Architectural Digest comes in and, like, I don't want to say remodels it, but they definitely...
Spruce it up
and put things away. Like, so I'm sure it looks more like a home.
Dakota Johnson and limes, famously.
Yeah. Yeah. She didn't have a bowl of limes in her house normally.
She's allergic to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look up their video or don't if you don't want to be sad. Or sometimes,
like, I'm like, this is a beautiful home. Like, I think about the same thing from The Roses where I'm like, that was a beautiful home, but I'm like, I wouldn't just lay and watch, like, a few hours of Netflix on that couch. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. But
I just thought about, there's the, Kendall Jenner she has a couple, AD, like, tours.
Yeah.
But there's one where Kendall Jenner just often falls flat when she tries to seem genuine, you know? But, like, there's one where she's talking about how she's like, I like to have my friends over and we just, like, paint and have wine and, like, watch basketball. She's like, we're such nerds. I'm like, how are you a nerd for watching basketball? Like, it's so cringe.
And doing painting, having a wine and paint night.
And she's like, we just throw on basketball.
Pick me energy.
That's what it is. It like drives me crazy. I think about it. Sometimes I'll just stop what I'm doing and think about things that Kendall Jenner has said.
Yeah. Because here's the thing is, like, I support women loving sports.
Yeah.
But I can always tell when you're loving sports
genuine,
because you think men will like that you love sports.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Love things because you love them. Me personally, I've never pretended a day in my life to like sports. I don't give a fuck what men think.
There is a rumor that she's dating Mary-Kate Olsen.
Kendall Jenner?
Yeah. It's rumored. I don't.
What?
Yeah.
That would be...
Yes,
literally,
I have no other information. That's it.
I'm not kidding. When I texted you the thing about Euphoria, and I was like, what? And then I texted you the thing about Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. I was like, these are things I just didn't have on my bingo card. So, honestly, Kendall Jenner and, is it Mary-Kate?
Yeah. Who has come out of hiding... The Olsen twins are two of the weirdest people.
They
like,
probably
in terms of like
shit.
They have like they're so strange.
But their sister seems fairly normal.
She does, but there's some darkness behind the Olsen twins.
They are bringing smoking back single-handedly.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Kendall and Mary-Kate. There's like photos of them coming out of a restaurant together, and now there's like rumors that they're dating. But I don't know. There's always rumors that Kendall is dating someone. So I don't know.
Why? Well, if they're happy, good for them.
Good for them.
Yeah. If they're painting, watching basketball, and dating.
Like nerds.
Yeah, like nerds. Those two nerds are dating.
Tupac Shakur. Still my...
Oh, God.
I think I literally stop what I'm doing sometimes and just... Like, can you imagine how she feels if I stop and think about that line and cringe? Can you imagine if you were the one who said it?
It reminds me of that time when I was talking about Do the Right Thing, and Chris was sitting there, and I was like, yeah, like the scene where he's like, love, hate, and Chris was like, stop. Do you remember that?
No.
You were sitting on the couch, and I was like, yeah, when he takes his fist, and he's like, love.
I have no memory of that.
And Chris was like, don't ever do that again.
I have no memory of that. And I probably was just like, hell yeah. Like,
my little... No, you also were like... So that's my Tupac Shakur.
Either not listening or cringing.
Yeah. That was...
That's really fun. That's my Tupac.
That's my moment.
Yikes. Okay. Well,
yeah.
That's all I had to say about them.
Okay. So, a little bit of a pivot here, but stick with me. So this dropped on Netflix, I think, last week, The Perfect Neighbor, and it's a documentary, and it kind of almost, when you look at it, like you watch the trailer, it almost seems like a true crime documentary. And
is it not?
It technically, I would say, is, but I think it's like much more than that. Like
layered.
Like the director literally won like Best Director for documentary at Sundance. Like it's
for this documentary.
Yes, for this documentary.
I swear, there's so many. I haven't even heard of it because there's just so many Netflix documentaries right now.
This one I think really stands out because I feel like the true crime documentaries are always just like
and they stretch them out.
And it's just like cringy. This one feels timely and it feels like important. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's not like who killed so and so. So what it is, and I'll get into like the whole timeline, but the premise is basically you're watching like body cam footage. It's like 90% of the movie is body cam footage over the course of 2 years between this woman, Susan Lawrence, I think is how you say her name, and then various neighbors in the neighborhood. And she's constantly like calling the police on the children who are playing in the neighborhood. And what you need to understand is that Susan is a older white woman living by herself, and she lives in a very quote unquote diverse neighborhood, primarily black or people of color. And so you can kind of tell there are some like racial undertones right off the bat, but you can also tell, like, it's interesting the way they do it because the body cam footage makes it feel like you are watching it in real time. Like, it almost feels like you're really there. And so...
By the way, I have this thing. I don't know if anyone else does this. I feel like a lot of people do. I, like, will go to bed watching body cam footage.
What?
Like, I love watching body cam footage.
Why?
It's just so, like, it's addicting. I can't help it. People are crazy.
People are crazy. And I also didn't realize until we watched Weapons that police can just turn their body cam footage on and off, which is interesting. But it is crazy. And this whole thing, again, so it starts out, I think it's 2021 or 2022-ish, where the first thing, like, that you really see that happens is Susan is called the police, and she's called them already, like, various times, where she's like, these kids are yelling and screaming, and they're, like, always playing, and they're always messing with me. I work from home, and I can't do any of my work. And it's, like, you know, a group of probably, like, 15 or so, like, young kids. Like, it's just, like, it's, like, almost like a dream neighborhood in that aspect. Like, I would love to grow up in this neighborhood as a kid, because it's, like, all the kids are just, like, they're playing basketball. They're just, like, like, running around. There's, like, an empty lot. Like, they're playing. They're not doing anything crazy. They're playing, like, games, tag, football, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's just, like, and it's,
Wait, like, during the day, though?
Yeah. But it's, like, so.
Are they not at school? Or it's, like, the summer?
It's probably, like, the summer. Okay. Or it'll be, like, the evenings or the weekends or whatever.
You said she's working from home, so I'm like, well.
Yeah, but what is she at some point she says she's a doctor. There's, like, nothing proven that she's, like, a doctor. Yeah. So she'll call the police, and she'll just be like, they're playing and they're being really loud. And he's like, well, ma'am, they are playing. Like, it's not your property. Yeah. And also, like, you do live in a neighborhood with a lot of children.
Yeah. Move out.
Yeah. So they're going to be playing. And so it just, like, you can tell the way that the footage is done. It's, like, really well, because it really, like, is building up. At first, you're just kind of like, okay, where is this going? And it's, like, kind of, it's not slow paced, but it's, like, it's a slow build. So
is it just body cam footage?
It's 90%. Okay. Like, the non-body cam footage comes after, like, there's a big event that happens.
Okay.
So, like, there's, like, the first really, like, big thing is this woman, her name is Ajika Owens. People call her AJ. She's walking her dog, and Susan has gotten her landlord to put out, like, no, like, trespassing signs or whatever. Yeah. And she called the police because she said that AJ threw the no trespassing sign and severely hurt her. And all the neighbors, because they're all, like, outside, they're all friends, they're all talking to each other. They're all, like, not in each other's business, but they're all friends. They're like, she didn't throw it at her, but she's walking her dog down the street. Her dog is using the bathroom. The woman comes out, and Susan's screaming at her, and she's just like, you see that no trespassing sign? And the woman is just like, fuck off, and just, like, picks up the sign and kind of, like, tosses it behind her, because it's not even on her property, really. Right. And then it accidentally hits the woman. And it's one of these little, like, little signs. Yeah. But she's, like, flipping out about it. So that's, like, kind of the first big thing you see. And then, like, the police are getting called, like, almost weekly at this point. Right. So there's things where she'll be like, oh, the kids, they were trying to break into my truck. And so, again, AJ, she was like, yeah, she told the police, she was like, she tries to say that all the time. So I did a little test. And she pulled in. And I had all the kids, I said, come here, come stand on the porch or whatever, like, come stand out of the way. She was like, none of the kids were in the parking lot, and we watched her set the alarm off on her own truck. Like, stuff like that. And it's funny because, like, you can see the police officers are, like, interviewing these kids, and, like,
I know they have to come, but they should, like, there should be a thing where you can find someone if you call the police too many times.
Yeah. You know? Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, like, you can tell, like, there are these, like, this is a really dark documentary. Yeah. But there are these moments of levity where they're, like, interviewing the kids, and they're like, okay, well, she said, like, you were trying to steal her truck or whatever. And the one girl goes, we're 11. Which is, like, just very funny. And, like, in these, like, little things. And there's this, she calls him back, and she's like, oh, that little boy, he was trying to put his dog in my truck. And then goes up to, like, the police officer.
Why would he do that?
Yes. The police officer goes up to the dad and is like, this is what, like, she has said. And he was like, that boy? And he said, yeah. And he was like, that's his dog. And it's, like, literally a 7-year-old and, like, a grown poodle. He's like, he can't even lift that dog. Yeah. He's like, he's not trying to put a dog in the back of her truck. So she's just, like, making up stuff. And, like, you can tell, like, these kids are, like, at a certain point, there are certain things where, like, yeah, it would be annoying a little bit to have, like, kids running around and screaming. But also, like, when you moved into the neighborhood, you must have, like, there's a bunch of kids. Like, it's a friendly neighborhood. Right. And, like, the police officers say at one point, they're like, ma'am, I do think you need to, like, just, you know, realize you live in a neighborhood with a lot of kids. Yeah. It's better that they're out here, like, which this is kind of a racist comment, I think. He says it's better that they're out here, like, playing football than, like, running around stealing cars or, like, something, or, like, things like that. Which is, like, those are the only two options, but okay. So then it, like, progressively picks up, and I think one of the things that really shows the police officers, I mean, they already, like, say, like, she's crazy. Like, one of them walks away, and you can hear in his, like, body cam, he just goes, psycho.
Yeah, because they're sick of probably coming because they also have to deal with her.
Yeah. So they get a call from, it's a tow truck company about this woman who I guess got accidentally like locked in for a minute and rammed the gate with her truck a bunch of times, like severely destroying his fence until she busted out of the fence. And so they like, were like, okay, this is obviously your truck. They go and knock on the door and you can tell she's pissed. She doesn't want to come out. She's like, let me put my robe on, blah, blah, blah.
This is the old lady?
This is the old lady.
Okay.
And they're like, ma'am, like he reads her Miranda rights and he's like, can I ask you some questions? And she goes, no. And he's like, okay, well, because you've said that, I'm going to have to, like, take you down. They're going to, like, identify you from a lineup. And she goes, oh, no, maybe that was me. And she says, that's when she brings up, she says, I've been raped and beaten before, and it was a fear response. I don't want to be locked in a cage. And the guy's like, okay, well, it had been locked for, like, a minute, and you've, like, severely destroyed this guy's property.
Wait, I'm confused. She was locked in her own car?
She was in her car, like, I think in, like, a tow truck lot, and they had just, like, locked, like, the cages, like, the gate that goes in and out. Like, they were, like, I think it was, like, around closing.
Oh.
So it was, like, literally for, like, a minute or two.
Yeah.
So she was in her car. And then so instead of being like, let me call someone and see if they can open this gate, she rammed her truck into it a bunch of times until she busted through the gate.
Oh.
So that's when, like, you start, like, already you're kind of like, okay, this is, like, she's a little crazy. So then things, again, really start escalating, and this is, again, over.
So she did get arrested then?
She didn't get arrested, but I think they, like, they didn't really follow up on this, but I think they probably, like, fined her for the cost of the gate and stuff. So this is where things really start escalating. And also at this point, I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, why does no one have Ring cameras? Like, this woman's calling all the time, like, saying that they're doing all this stuff. But they show footage of, and I had to, like, rewind because it was kind of confusing, but of this person's Ring camera, one of the neighbors is just, like, sitting out there, like, smoking, talking to someone, and then you just hear, like, gunfire. And you're like, oh, what? And so you find out that what has happened is one of AJ's, she's a mother of 4, so one of the kids, I guess, had been quote-unquote playing too close to her yard, aka like they're just in the neighborhood. Like these are kind of close-knit houses. They're at least like 30 plus feet away. And so she threw a roller skate at him and also was swinging an umbrella around at them and then took his iPad and then went into like and took it into the house. And I also need to like really explain like the racial undertones. Like when the police come, they'll ask the kids, they're like, what does she say to you? And they're like, they call us the A word, the B word. They say that she's called them slaves. She said this isn't the Underground Railroad. Like things like that to these kids. So like, again, really it's like picking up like in racial tones. So then the mother,
it's not racial undertones. She's just being racist.
Yeah, she's just being racist. Yeah. She throws the roller skate, swinging at them, takes the iPad, and is like, go get your mother. So then the son does. And the mother, AJ, is obviously pissed because she's now throwing things at her child and has stolen his iPad.
Yeah.
So she comes to the door, and all of the neighbors said that this is what happens. They're very honest about it. They're like, AJ, like, basically is banging on the door. She knocks twice, and she's just like, come out, bitch, come out, bitch.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's a little bit like it's obviously aggressive, but it's not anything crazy.
But she attacked her kid, so.
She attacked her kid. So what happens then is Susan shoots this woman through a closed steel door into the chest. And you just hear, like, again, that's what you're hearing on the Ring camera footage. And you see, like, one of the kids, like, one of the sons run over. It's really heartbreaking. And he's just, like, his voice is breaking. He's like, call the police, call the police. Like, my mom has been shot, call the police. Like, I literally, like, it's gonna.
So sad.
It's devastating. And then you see, like, the police footage of, like, them coming to the scene. Everyone's like, this is what's been happening, blah, blah, blah. And this is, like, it's heartbreaking. So when she like leaves when AJ is like taken away on the stretcher, obviously everyone in the neighborhood is out there.
Yeah.
She's still I think alive at this point. I don't think she's alive for much longer. And I think like what really got me was, so they call the kids like the dad, because the mom and the dad aren't really together anymore, but it seems like they have a fine relationship because he comes like immediately. He calls the kids over, and like the police tell the dad,
They have like they have the body cam footage of this.
They have body cam footage of this, and they are like showing it, and it kind of is, I think, muted when they're telling the dad like, hey, she didn't make it, and you can see the dad is like devastated. Oof. And he brings the kids over, like her children, and I forget what he says. I remember like thinking like, this is the most like elegant way to like break like this news.
They're showing it. It's so,
which I'll explain. And he's like, your mom didn't make it, like she's not going to be coming home, and you just see all 4 of her kids just like and they're young, like they're various ages, like one is maybe like 16 and the youngest is probably, it looked like maybe 7. I didn't look up the ages, but you know what I mean, like varying age ranges, like they are bawling. And like the one who was like involved in the altercation, like there's body cam footage where like the police officer comes over and she's like, hey, like, are you okay? Is anything physically wrong? He's like, I'm fine. But he just like, his voice breaks and he's like, but my heart is broken. And he just starts like, like bawling. And it is like really jarring to watch, like just these kids find out that their mom
feels like we shouldn't be able to see that.
So that is like the debate here where people are like, I don't think we should have shown that. But the mother of AJ decided, she was like, I want you to use this footage because people need to know,
in
like,
the case for the one,
people need to know like how bad it is. I was listening to a review of it, and to this like documentary, and someone was like, it's almost like when you see like children dying in like war footage, and it's like, it's awful to see, but you need to see the atrocity, like you need to see how this has affected the family, etc. And so you see that, it's devastating. They have Susan arrested, and that whole thing gets really interesting. So that's where they get into like the details of what happened. So Susan says, so she's like sitting in this like little investigating room. There's 2 detectives that come in. They're kind of like cross-examining her. And she basically says she called for the police and says she was, quote unquote, fearing for her life. And the police officer's like, right, we have that call on record, and we told you to stay put and that we were on the way. She says that 10 minutes pass. She said, I went and I like washed my hands in the bathroom, and then I couldn't even find my phone to call again, so I was looking for my phone. She was like, it was probably about 10 minutes. And
what was she scared of? She said she wanted to talk to the lady.
Yes, she said she wanted, so I'll get into that. So she said she wanted to talk to the lady. She also said that the woman was saying that she was going to kill her, which none of the neighbors, and they were like, they're pretty honest. They're like, she said she was saying, come out, bitch. So I think they would be like, yeah, she threatened to kill her. She did not. And then the police officer goes, so ma'am, after she shot through the closed door, she called the police again to say, I just shot someone. And he said, do you know how much time passed in between when you first called and when the second time you called? Less than 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
Less than 2 minutes.
What did she say to that?
She said, well, it felt like longer to me. And literally, it was funny because, like, the detective, he's like, I know everyone's, like, concept of time can sometimes be different and things can feel like longer, but you do need to know that we told you we were on the way and you didn't wait. And he was like, you were behind a steel locked door.
Yeah, and I would say that's true if someone broke into your house and is attacking you and you called the police, but she said she wanted to talk to her and then hid behind a door like a little bitch.
Right.
And then was behind a steel locked door.
Right. And also,
the woman wasn't armed. She could probably see that.
And also, she didn't know who she was gonna shoot. She can't see. She could have shot one of those children. So she doesn't know who else is behind the door. They also asked her.
Sure she had I was gonna say she probably had a door.
She didn't.
Peephole. Okay.
She couldn't see at all. She literally is like shooting blind through this closed door. It's crazy. And then there's also like some like stupidly like not funny parts of this interview of just how ridiculous she is. So he asked her, he's like, did you throw a roller skate at that boy? And she goes, oh no, I would never do that. He was like, okay, well, we have like 15 people saying you did. He said, and he was like, also, like they said that you were brandishing an umbrella at them. And she said, I brought it out because I thought it was raining. And he was like, okay. And then he was like, have you ever used the N-word? And she was like, yeah, I may have said it a few times. And he was like, well, he basically was like, okay, you know, like, what do you think that means? And she said, well, I've just always been told that it means like being dirty and unlawful. As though like that's an excuse. It's like, yeah,
I've always been told you're like 70.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, and also like, yeah, it's a racist term, bitch. Like, of course. So, like, that's how the interview is going. And she just says, like, these crazy things. And so, so this all takes place in Florida. Florida has stand your ground laws.
Right.
Which basically, I didn't look up, like, all the details because it confuses me a little bit. But it's basically, like an anti-trespassing type of thing. Yeah. Like, if you think you're afraid for your life.
Yes.
Like, whatever. So.
Virginia, does not have stand your ground.
Yeah.
So, just for everyone to know that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Right.
Texas does.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. Not surprising, but good to know. But so the police basically ask her, they're like, if we look through your search history, would we be able to find anything about, like, you researching stand your ground laws? And she goes, oh, no, I don't think so. Maybe a few years ago. And then she goes, oh, I mean, and there was also something I was looking at on Facebook today. So it's like, okay.
Facebook.
Yeah, it was I was like, okay, you're really not helping.
So
your
that
case
means
here.
she planned it?
That's what they that's what they were insinuating. Like, it's very clear, like, you threw a roller skate, you said go get your mom, then you, like, as you're saying, you're like, you asked her to come over, through a locked door, shot her.
So did she answer to the fact that she asked her to come over?
Yeah, that's what they were like, well, you asked her to come over, and she was like, I was fearing for my life, like, I have, like, a trauma response, like, whatever.
What?
She just kept saying, I was fearing for my life, I was afraid of my life, I was afraid of my life.
But she asked her to come over, so why did she ask her to come over then?
She never explains it, so it's pretty clear. Yeah. It's like, and again,
that alone is like, okay, you were enticing her to come.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then basically, by this point, they kind of have enough evidence, like enough whatever. They're like, you're going to be arrested.
Yeah.
And this part was actually, it's not funny, but it's like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So she's sitting in the corner of this room, and now it's like 2 detectives and a deputy, and he's like, okay, so the deputy's going to take you to the jail. And she just like, she puts her arms in front of her, and she just goes, I'm not doing that. She's like, no, I can't. I'm just not doing it. And like, literally the detectives are like, you can tell they're like, okay, well, you don't really have a choice, ma'am. And this goes on for a while where she's like, I can't do it. Like, they are literally giving her as much time as possible where they have to like be aggressive with her. It's like a few minutes. Again, time is subjective, especially to her. But she's just like, she was like, I understand what you're saying. I can't do it. I can't go. I'm not going. She was like, I'll die. She was like, I'll die right here. And he was like, well, what do you think is going to happen? Because he literally says, he's like, what do you think is going to happen? She's like, I'm going to have a heart attack. And he's like, well, we have medical people at the jail. So
I bet
whatever.
She did try to fake a heart attack too.
It's just interesting. And they have her, he's like, is there anything you want to like say to because when they tell her that like AJ has died. Yeah. She puts her hand, she goes, oh no, and like puts her hand in her
What did she think was gonna happen?
And it's so like,
what a
it's
psycho
so
lunatic.
fake. And they ask, they're like, is there anything you want to say to the family? Write it down on this piece of paper. And she basically just writes down, and it's like literally sitting in this room for so long. Because this isn't body cam footage, this is like security cam footage. Yeah. And she just writes down, I'm sorry that I killed your mom. I was afraid for my life. Okay. Something like that. And it's just like, okay. So then it goes into like, the next, like AJ's mom, I forget her name at this point. Sorry. But she really is like advocating. She's like, justice for my daughter. Like if this were a white woman, you would be like, that other woman would already be like arrested and in jail, but she's not. And they show the funeral, and it's so sad because they show the kids there. They're all wearing kind of like these white shirts that have like AJ's face on them. And one of the kids is saying, he's like, I just, feel like if I hadn't like said anything about my iPad, my mom would still be alive right now. Aww. Which is so sad. But I think like there's this really touching quote, like Al Sharpton came and gave a eulogy at the funeral, and like however you feel about him, whatever. But I think like what he said, it really like hit me in the documentary. And he said, don't feel guilty. Your mother chose to stand in danger's way for you. She chose you over her. That's what mothers do. Don't grow up feeling guilty. Don't say she wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. Your mom chose to stand up for you because she knew that if she allowed people to degrade you and she didn't stand up for you, then you would grow up thinking that you were something that could be degraded. Aww. And literally, like, when he said that, it, like, gave me chills. It was like...
What year did this happen?
This was so she passed away in 2023.
Did you hear about it when it happened? I swear I hadn't heard about it.
No, but apparently, it was obviously big news, but you know me, like, I don't know, like, not again, I feel weird saying it's true crime because it feels like more than that.
It's more like a
yeah, but I didn't hear about it really when it happened either, and I don't know why. Yeah, but just like that quote really like, I don't know, it just really like
really, really emotional, because I'm sure he did. I mean, he probably will always feel that way, no matter, you know.
Yeah, and you can tell, like, even from the neighbors, like, before she passed away, like, they were because, like, for some reason, Susan really had it out for this woman, I think.
Yeah.
And they were like, she was a manager at a McDonald's, and she would, like, literally change her shifts to make sure she was, like, showing up for her kids' games and, like, taking, like, you know, like, doing all of the things that, like, a good mom would do for 4 children.
Yeah.
For 4 children. And it's just, I don't know, like, seeing it was really, like,
crazy. Can you imagine, like, facing her in court, like, the lady, like...
So they show that. So she, they show, like, the last few scenes is literally, like, it's interesting because it's, like, when the credits are kind of, like, rolling. Mm-hmm. But, so Susan goes to court, and you can tell, like, she's just like, I was afraid for my life, blah, blah, blah. And the judge basically says, like, declares that she acted in anger and not in fear, because of all of this, like, all of the stuff she had done before, like, all, like, it was clearly there was some premeditation for it.
Yeah.
But so she was charged with manslaughter. And
How was she charged with manslaughter and not murder? Because so manslaughter is like, it's an intent to, like, hurt someone, and then in the process, like, you kill someone.
So I think because, like, I think her argument was maybe, like, that she didn't intend to kill them. She was quote unquote afraid for her life. Like, she was defending herself.
But she called her over. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
That's where I think it's murder. Because she told her to come over.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
It must have been maybe it was a plea deal or something.
Yeah, probably. But she got 25 years. And I think, like, this documentary is really interesting because it also brings up, like, you see a lot of interactions between the police and this, like, primarily Black community, mm-hmm. where they actually seem to have a really good relationship with them. Mm-hmm. But also, someone brought up the point, they were like, but they're talking to kids, and would it be different if these kids were aged up a little bit? And also, it, like, shows them, like, really just, like, they're more on the community side.
Right.
But also, it's clear that there's some, like, aggression happening here, and we haven't really done anything to prevent it. Right. And so it led up to this. And there's also, like, there's this really, like, there's just funny moments. Like, one of the police officers says a thing, he's like, I'd rather them be out here playing than, like, making TikToks. Which is, like, he's like a 35-year-old officer, but sounds, like, old as dirt when he says that. And then there's one, like, Susan.
So what would be the difference between making TikToks and playing? There's actually, to me, like, that's still playing.
It's such an old man thing to say. Yeah. I don't know. And after this all happens, Susan has to, like, go back to get her 2 cats, and then she goes back the next day to get plates and stuff. And obviously, everyone in the neighborhood
she's
is
not in jail at that point.
It was before she was, like, in custody.
So she wasn't in custody immediately?
No, like, I think it was, like, she was being in, like, they were, I don't know. Like,
that's confusing to me, because you think she'd be definitely like a flight risk or something.
She had to be escorted by a police officer because obviously it was unsafe. And so all the people are, like, coming out, like, the neighbors are like, what the fuck is she doing here? And he's like, ma'am, can you please just make my life easier and just let us, and as soon as it left his mouth, you knew he was like, that was a stupid thing to say.
Make my life easier.
And she said, the neighbor was like, make your life easier. She was like, I don't give a fuck about that. That woman, like, killed my friend.
And I'm shocked she wasn't immediate. Well, I guess I'm not shocked, but.
Yeah. And it's crazy, like, she came back for her cats with her sister and her sister's, like, little boy's son who's
Let those cats go. I bet those cats are so happy they're not living with her anymore.
The little boy, it's such a weird shot. Like, it's, again, police cam, where it's, like, this little boy who's her, I guess, nephew or something. He's like, hey, like, we're here, like, on Susan's house, is blah, 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 blah. So she, like, and it's just like, why is this little boy with them in this dangerous situation? So she comes back to get their cats, which is like, whatever, yes, you need to get your cats so they can survive. Someone else could have gotten them. Yeah. The next day she comes back to get dishes, Molly. Dishes. What? I'm
surprised she would even, she's scared for her life. You'd think she wouldn't want to go back there.
You would think, but it's, like, almost like the audacity of it.
Yeah, the audacity.
Is crazy.
The caucasity.
Yes, exactly. And so basically that's how it ends, with her, like, getting sentenced. And it's like they do statistics on how many people have, like, died based on like stand your ground laws, and I forget the exact number, but it's like 700 a year or something, and it's crazy. Like it was a documentary. It like won a bunch of awards. Like the reason I watched it because like in the trailer it like had a bunch of awards. It had all this like acclaim.
Yeah, it sounds.
And I think like doing it through police cam footage is really interesting.
It's really, that's why I get addicted to watching it sometimes. But I do feel the same way, especially I don't like ones where it's like family finding out about something. That's so horrifying.
It was, yeah.
But that's a really good way to tell a story, though. I will say, so Stand Your Ground is tricky. And I think most people that you ask do not understand the rules. People think they can
Susan didn't.
Okay, Susan didn't, but there's no way she didn't know that. That's just crazy. But it is, I mean, in general, I think a lot of people don't understand the rules.
Yeah. It's just, I think like, and someone brought up, they were like, oh, like, did the police not know that you have a gun? And it's like, no, because there's not a national registry of like gun holders. You know what I mean? So, and also, what would they have done? She doesn't have a record or anything. Yeah. And also, she just kept being like, I have, like, PTSD, which maybe she does or whatever, but that doesn't give you...
But you called her over.
You called her over, and it also doesn't give you a valid reason to shoot her through a closed, locked, steel door.
Yeah. And also, you knew what you did. I think there's got to be some kind of, like, thing, too, of, like... You did just attack her son. So
right. And you had been like, she'd been harassing these children for years. Yeah. Like the police are coming like constantly. Like you can tell the police are like, oh, we're here again. Yeah. Here with this woman again.
It's so, unfortunately, it does take like an incident that just, it all unfolds as things all lead up to, you know, with a crazy neighbor situation. Like it's always, it'll lead up to it. And then it's just like always one incident. That,
And that's what you asked me earlier, why did they call it The Perfect Neighbor? Because in one of the first videos, she literally says, she's like, and I don't do anything. All these kids, they're harassing me all day. I'm the perfect neighbor. Mm-hmm. She literally says it. It's like, yeah. Okay, bitch.
Yeah.
Like listening to her talk is like, I'm surprised you haven't seen it. You would, if you like body cam footage. I know. And stuff.
I'm very interested in watching it now.
Yeah, you should check it out. And I like, even though you know what happens, it's a news story.
Is it,
so it's
I'm
not
assuming
like,
it's a series.
No, it's one go.
Perfect. The perfect documentary.
Yes. God. Yeah, if they had split it into a series, that would have pissed me off. But yeah.
Bring those back. I swear every documentary now, it's like I don't want to watch them because they're series and they don't need to be.
There was one that today I was looking at. I was like, oh, this seems interesting. I forget what it was. And then it was like 2 episodes. And I was like, no.
Yeah, okay. No. 2 is crazy because it's like, just combine it.
I don't want it. Oh, it was the Ben Stiller documentary that came out recently.
Not.
Yeah. No. I was curious in watching it. And I was like, why is it 2 episodes?
Why do I need to watch a documentary about Ben Stiller?
It's about his parents' apartment. And like him going
I respect his parents, but I don't need to watch a documentary about it.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, I love his parents actually.
Yeah.
I love Jerry Stiller.
But anyway, so that's The Perfect Neighbor.
I'm really interested in watching it now. I probably will.
Yeah, you should give it a watch, just go into it knowing obviously it is heavy. There are like it's heavy. It's tough.
That sounds really, really sad.
Yeah. And some people like on TikTok have been saying they're like, it's just black trauma porn. Mm-hmm. And I think like it would be really difficult to watch. Like I, as a white woman watching it, it was difficult for me. So I can't imagine like having those lived experiences. But I do think there's something important about it, like showing the kids like the devastation that it caused.
It reminds me of a lot of cases, but it does remind me of the George Zimmerman case.
Yeah.
Because he also was told don't do anything, and then he
and people brought that up a lot when they were talking about it, which I think is interesting. But yeah.
Well, that's heavy.
This next thing is not quite as heavy, but still
a little
controversial.
Definitely not as heavy, but it is controversial, and I will get into why it's a little heavy. Kristen Bell is facing some backlash. Just over kind of a tone-deaf Instagram post.
Which I know you're gonna like get into it, but I just want to say I saw like naturally. I follow her on Instagram, and this Instagram post came up on my feed, and I was like, "That's a weird thing to post." And then I just kind of like kept on getting it. You know what I mean? Like, I kept on just scrolling or whatever. And then I saw, like, all of the stuff about it. And I was like, oh, I guess. Like, the thing is, it's like, even like for me reading it at like 8 a.m, I was just like, oh, that's strange.
Well, and Kristen Bell was posting about her anniversary with Dax Shepard, who she's married to. And I'm just going to read the caption. So it said, "Happy 12th wedding anniversary to the man who once said to me, quote, I would never kill you. A lot of men have killed their wives at a certain point. Even though I'm heavily incentivized to kill you, I never would. Heart." And first of all, the photo is creepy somehow. It's like him like holding her in his lap on the bed, and it's just like they're hugging each other, and it looks weirdly like it's like not a cute photo. I don't know if the photo was supposed to be funny, but basically, so not a great caption. Yeah. Not a great caption. And I think like, you know, it was obviously a joke. The joke did not land, and people were really offended. And what makes it kind of even more offensive and just really tone deaf is that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And I know that might be kind of like looking to, like, come on. But I also I'm saying come on to myself jokingly. Yeah. But for real, like, it's like, why would you do that? Why would you post a caption like that? It's so weird.
I've thought this for a while. They're a weird couple.
I do not like them, because the thing about them is they try to be that funny couple. They remind me of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively a lot. That kind of like thing where they're just always like funny with each other. And I think that when couples are like that, I don't think it's funny or cute. I think it's really cringe. I also tend to think that there's something to it. Yeah. Like, I'm like, I bet you're not as happy and cute as you pretend to be.
Like Kristen Bell, like as an actress, I love The Good Place. I'm currently watching the new season of Nobody Wants This, like whatever. But Dax Shepard...
What is he even from? I couldn't even tell you.
Who is he? He's from Kristen Bell now.
He's from Kristen Bell. He is an actor. Like, he's in comedies. I couldn't tell you one. I'm also not a huge comedy person.
He is the Armchair Expert.
He has the podcast called The Armchair Expert, which I guess is probably the only thing he really does right now. Yeah, I would say. Which is pretty. I think it's fairly successful. He has a lot of famous people on there. I've never cared about him. Yeah. I don't care. I actually really, hot take, don't really care about Kristen Bell. Only because I don't watch things that she's in. Right. I never watched Gossip Girl. I never watched Veronica Mars. Like, I never watched, I didn't watch The Good Place, which a lot of people tell me I should, but I just never did.
It's one of my favorite shows, just for like the philosophical aspect and like the humor.
Took me years to see Frozen. Like, I really have not, I don't watch Nobody Wants This. Like, I just don't watch anything with her. But that's to say, that has nothing to do with this. I just don't think they annoy me as a couple.
They're a very annoying couple. And also, like, the joke, it feels like an old internet joke. You know how people used to say, like, oh, and I know you're statistically the person most likely to kill me, but I love you anyways, or something like that.
Yeah. Like, very millennial humor or something. I don't know.
Which, like, whatever, as a millennial, but I know, whatever. You're Gen Z.
I'm on the cusp. I was told recently by a friend that I am a Gen Z in a millennial body.
Okay, interesting. Like, okay. What does that mean for you?
I think it's because I have a lot of like brain, like I don't know. I have Gen Z humor, I think is what it is.
I don't think so, because I like your humor and I don't like a lot of Gen Z humor. I don't know. I think it's cusping.
I think I'm a cusp.
Just a big cusper.
Just cusping all the time.
Yeah.
No, I
she didn't go on the Today Show because of the backlash.
Really?
And she said she's not apologizing for it.
I did. So I saw that today. Yeah, she's not apologizing, but she's hiding.
Yeah.
So you'd think if you weren't going to apologize, you would just go on with your life.
Right.
But maybe the interview, they were like, we're going to ask her. And she's like, I'm not. I don't know. Here's the thing. A part of me is kind of like, don't double, like, kind of, sometimes I'm like, double down, you know? Like, if you did something, then stand by it. Because I think it's sometimes cringe when people do apologize. But, because I'm like, I know they don't mean it.
Right.
But, at the same time, it's not funny.
It's just not funny. And also, if I were a celebrity couple, honestly, I would sit down with my spouse and I'd be like, let's just not post things for big anniversaries. Or, like, significant things. Because it's just like, why? Why does it matter?
I know.
Like, we do it for our significant others and our 300 followers or whatever it is. But, like, Kristen Bell and their 3 million followers or whatever, it's like, what? Just, you don't need to
people care about them as a couple. I'm sure people want to see it. I just think it's like,
You're just inviting in, like, I don't know.
There's something very cringe, too. It's, like, it's so uncomfortable to me to, like, what do you think her reaction was? I think about this all the time when people get, like, canceled for something that they post. I'm like, what do you think her reaction was? She posted that. She was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And when she came back to it, like, what do you think? Like, I always want to know how people find out they're being canceled.
Right.
Don't you always wonder that? Like, how do you find out, like, oh my gosh, this caption, people are freaking out, people are mad? Like, do their publicists tell them? Do they check the comments? Like,
and it reminds me of actually, there's like a scene in the film Highest to Lowest where like the kid, like, he's just like, oh my God, like, because of the ransom or whatever. He's like, all the stuff on social media, people are like coming at me. And Denzel Washington goes, well, just don't look at it. And he's like, well, Dad, I can't. And it's because, like, yeah, you do everything on your phone. So even if you're like, I don't want to get, like, the notifications or whatever, like, Kristen Bell's like, oh, I don't want to see this, but I do need to set an alarm. I do need to calculate a tip. I need to, like, access my banking information. Like, you do everything. So there's no separation.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, especially with something like this where it was just like a surprise. Like, she probably was surprised by the backlash because she thought it was just funny. They're at their anniversary dinner, like, cheersing. Oh my gosh.
Like,
yeah, they're like, do you think they actually
they're like, oh, wait. And also, like, it was a weird, I'm like, if Chris said that to me, like, even though I'm heavily incentivized to kill you, I'd be like,
also,
what?
There's no way she remembered the full quote.
Yeah.
And also the photo was just weird. It was just a weird photo. They post
weird photos.
Oh, really? I don't pay attention.
Like, they're not, like, crazy weird. They're just, like, it's, like, cringe elder millennial weird.
They just really remind me, though, it's how I used to feel, and I'm glad they finally kind of people turned on them a little bit, not in like a vindictive way. I just mean because like sometimes when I know in my heart of hearts about somebody, I've never liked Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively as like a couple. I've never had good vibes about Ryan Reynolds, and that's sort of like how I feel about this couple, where I'm just like I don't care about their humor. I don't think they're funny. Like, they're just annoying to me. And
they're a weird pairing. I remember when they did they were in Africa, so then they did, like, a whole dance routine.
I don't know them like that. I don't pay attention.
It just, like, came across my feed, and I was like, we just don't need you guys dancing to Africa by Toto. It's fine. We've been there. We've done it. Anyways.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. So, well, good luck, Kristen Bell and her murderous husband, I guess. I don't know. Crazy thing to say to your spouse.
Yeah.
Like, I know
during Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Crazy. And people were like, this isn't funny because, like, a lot of people get killed by their husbands.
Right.
And it's like, I mean, they're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
They're not
it's
wrong.
It's not funny. Yeah, it's not funny.
You could have just said, happy anniversary, baby.
Yeah.
There you go. Short. And wrote that thing in a card. You know, that's what, you know where that caption was for? A Hallmark card.
Mm-hmm. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah. Good on that. But speaking of something that we both watched, okay, I'm excited about Twinless.
I am too. I kind of forgot we watched it.
I did and didn't. I really love this movie.
I liked it. I was wanting to see it, and there was one night where we were just like, should we have a movie night? Like, I just like came over and like we watched it, and
because the trivia categories were stupid. Yeah. So we were like, we got Blaze Pizza.
Yes.
We actually started at Barnes & Noble, then we got Blaze Pizza, then we were like, let's go home and rent a movie. It was actually
I started a pumpkin patch, met you at Barnes & Noble's, and then came to your house. It was a full night,
iconic evening.
It was, and I think so. I had heard of this movie because it was at like Sundance or something. It was at a film festival, and I love me some Dylan O'Brien.
I do too.
I am a recent Dylan O'Brien truther.
Yeah,
it's a very recent thing for me, but
I saw him in Teen Wolf, and I said he should have been the wolf.
I don't know what you mean by that. What was he?
He was just the best friend.
There's only one wolf?
I think so, yeah. If I remember. I mean, there were other wolves, but he wasn't like one of them.
There were other wolves.
There was a pack.
There were other wolves.
The notorious pack animals.
Yeah, so Dylan O'Brien is actually a very good actor, too. I thought he was really good in this. So we're talking about a movie called Twinless. It stars Dylan O'Brien and James Sweeney, and it was also written and directed by James Sweeney.
Yeah.
So we can kind of get into the plot and how we felt about it, but basically, so the simple
should say to talk about this, we have to give a big spoiler because otherwise we can't really explain it.
This is true.
If you don't, just know that right now.
Yeah, skip ahead. We'll have the timestamps in the description. We also post them on our Instagram stories. Follow us at Poppin In Podcast. Anyway, so the simple plot is that these two men who lost their respective twin brothers develop a growing friendship after meeting in a support group. and it's a support group for people who have lost a twin.
Yeah. AKA Twinless.
Twinless.
Yeah.
Yes. So Dylan O'Brien plays Roman, who has just recently lost his twin brother Rocky, also played by Dylan O'Brien in a flashback. And so he's grieving, he's depressed, he's really lonely now because he lost his twin, but he also lost, like, his best friend. You know, they're very close. So he goes to this support group in the beginning of the movie and it's a support group for people who have lost their twins. And he meets a guy named Dennis. And Dennis has also lost his twin brother, and they end up forming this, like, bond.
Yeah.
And they end up just kind of starting to do everything together, which sort of makes, I cannot keep track of their names. Roman, main character. You can kind of just see Dennis is really filling that, like, empty spot that, you know, that Roman had.
Yeah. And that Roman is filling for Dennis, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for the supposedly. So, come to find out through a flashback, you learn that Dennis actually met and had a one-night stand with Rocky. Rocky is Roman's twin brother. Yeah. So this is now a flashback. And he had a one-night stand with Rocky one night, and Rocky ends up, you know, ghosting Dennis, which obviously really upsets Dennis because he kind of thought they had this, like, really good connection.
Yeah. Which I will say in a crazy way. Like, Dennis was obsessed with him.
Yeah, and so you find out, like, in that scene, when they first meet and they're flirting with each other, Dennis lies about something. And it's kind of like a weird lie.
Yeah.
Like, he, like, said, like, he's, like, something about Japan. I can't remember
that he
what it
speaks
was.
Japanese.
He speaks Japanese. And, like, immediately Rocky happens to speak Japanese, so he does, and then Dennis obviously doesn't know what he's saying. And it's just, like, so that's kind of, you're like, oh, like, he's a
liar.
Like, a liar. And so anyway, so they end up, you know, they hook up, and then Dennis gets ghosted by Rocky, and he doesn't understand why, because he thought they had, like, this really good connection. And so he ends up following him, and he confronts Rocky about it, and Rocky goes out into the street to talk to him, and they're kind of arguing, and while he's in the street, he gets hit by a car, and that's how he dies.
Right.
So Dennis was there for Rocky's death.
Right. Honestly, a little bit the cause of it. Unintentionally.
Kind of, yeah, unintentionally. I thought he was gonna, like, the twist was gonna be, like, he killed him. I thought he was gonna be, like, actually, and we'll get into this, he is crazy, but, like, I thought he was gonna be, like, murderous crazy. Yeah. I definitely, well, I'll get into this after, but, and so basically it's, like, how Dennis found Roman as he ended up, like, lying about having a twin so he can get close to Roman, because he kind of follows him. He finds him at the funeral. And you just sort of find out that he's a pathological liar. And
who's also obsessed with twins.
Who's obsessed with twins, yeah. And he, you know, this is kind of found out when he introduces Roman to his colleague, Marcy. And he gets really mad because Roman and Marcy start spending all this time together, and so now she's taking up that, like, spot that Dennis had with Roman. Mm-hmm. And obviously Dennis gets really upset, and so Marcy, who's a really nice person, just, like, a really sweet person, she ends up sort of noticing, like, all these inconsistencies in Dennis's story. Yeah. Like, she's like, wait, you never told me you had a twin. Yeah. And, like, you know, whatever. Because
she knows him. They work together.
Right. And she's like, he doesn't have a twin. Like, he never said that. And so she sort of uncovers the truth and demands that he tell Roman, which I actually thought was really, like, that's a good way to do it, is, like, she didn't immediately go and tell him. She was like, you need to tell him the truth. Yeah. Because I will.
Because then I think because she knows, like, this relationship is now also equally important to Roman.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And, yeah. And so kind of the last half of the movie is Dennis telling Roman, and Roman obviously reacts very badly to it. He beats him up. They get into a fight, and the last scene was kind of interesting. It shows they end up, like, sort of meeting and talking about it a little bit, and they are sitting in a restaurant, and they do something that both Roman and Rocky had used to do.
Yeah. And I think, like, Roman just kind of, like, accepts him again.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's sort of what the ending was. It was interesting. Like I said, I thought Roman was going to be, Dennis was going to be, like, a murderous. Like, I thought it was I would describe it as a thriller, sort of, but
you're on the edge of your seat.
You are.
Once you learn that he, like, isn't a twin and knew Rocky, you're just, oh shit the whole time.
Because and here, I said this to you when we were watching it or after. I was like, I've known Dennis's. Like, I feel like it's really, like, even though he's not he wasn't like evil, which is I thought it was going to be like more of like a dark thriller. You kind of realize like you're like I feel like everybody has known a dentist where it's like they're a pathological liar. You catch them in their inconsistencies, but you don't want to call them out. Like it's almost more uncomfortable to catch someone in a lie than to just not.
Right.
And it's just weird. Like, I never understand why people do it. And I'm sure there's a deep psychological thing to it.
I think, like, it just, like, it hides your insecurities. Like, he's like, oh, I speak Japanese. It makes him feel like he's cooler because he speaks Japanese. And I will say...
And he was insecure. Because you see that a lot through the thing. People didn't really like him.
Yeah. And it's interesting because... he's an unlikable character, but you don't hate him. You feel like kind of sorry for him when you see like I think this movie is just really about loneliness.
Yes.
And you see how lonely he is and also how lonely like Roman is, etc. And I think like they convey that just really well. And I think like I think like it's interesting because at the end Roman basically like forgives Dennis, and it reminds me of like almost an unconditional familial love.
Yeah.
That you would give to
so hard to be friends with somebody like that. Like just knowing that they lied. Well, and it's not even just a lie. It's like he was there in the last moment of his brother's life, the person who meant the most to him in his life. And so, but yeah, I mean, you did kind of, because he was funny too. Like I would call it a dark comedy / psychological thriller a little bit.
And I kind of liked that it wasn't a dark like thriller. I liked that he wasn't murderous. I think it was different.
I wasn't I was expecting him to have been like the actual cause of his death, which he kind of was. But basically, so like I said, so James Sweeney is the one who played Dennis, and he was the one who wrote and directed the movie. And he got the idea for this because he's always had a fascination with twins.
Yeah.
And he's always wanted a twin. And I feel like he played this character so well that like I would almost be scared to know what he's like in real life because I just felt like that was what he was like, you know?
It's interesting. I was listening to an interview with him earlier, and he said he wrote this a little bit after a relationship, like someone broke up with him who had a twin. And he was like, so he was kind of like inspired by that, which I think is interesting.
It's interesting. His acting when it was good. Dylan O'Brien's acting was actually incredible because I'm just always really impressed. We've talked about this a lot recently because it feels like there's been a lot of like twin movies or double people playing the same two different characters. And I feel like it's always really impressive when people can play two different characters in one thing.
Yeah.
And you can tell the difference. Because the thing about, like, Dylan O'Brien was him playing... So, Rocky and Roman were obviously very different characters. Yeah. And you
Rocky's
could, like...
gay. And
Rocky's gay.
Or Dylan O'Brien's playing gay.
He is. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And I think... Which was interesting. But, I mean, he played them so differently that it was just interesting to see someone play two different characters, which I don't know. He impressed me because I've never thought of Dylan O'Brien as being like this. I just knew him from like a CW show or whatever that show was on. And I never... But then lately, whenever I see him anything, I'm like, wow, he's actually a very good actor.
He is. And I think I was listening to an interview with him, and he was talking about, like, normally if you have to play, like, two different roles, like, it's tough on actors because it would be, like, literally, like, you play one role and then the next scene you're playing the other. And he was like, but James Sweeney really gave him a time where it was like, okay, you're only going to be Roman for, like, 2 weeks, and then the next 2 weeks you're going to be Rocky. And he was like, and they gave me, like, there was, like, a holiday break in between, so it helped you, like, to get into characters.
That's probably easier, because he really was, I mean, Rocky was only in one scene.
Right. So. And I think it's interesting because, like, we had the discussion during it of, like, Dylan O'Brien, like, playing gay, where it felt like it was really stereotyped.
Yeah.
But I was listening to Pop Culture Happy Hour, and one of the, like, hosts on there is gay, and he said at first, like, the first word that comes out of, like, Rocky's mouth is, like, drama, and he was like, like, oh, this is offensive, and then he said he thought about it for a moment, and he was like, well, I do say drama a lot, don't I? So I think it's interesting because it does feel, like, very stereotypical, but also, like, both Rocky and Roman feel very realized.
Yeah.
In who they are, which is interesting. And so, and Roman is also kind of just like, he's this lovable idiot, you know? Like, there's this whole thing where it makes me laugh. They're in the grocery store, and he's like, what's the difference? Like, how do you know if a lemon is ripe? And he's like, well, they don't sell unripe lemons. Like, if a lemon is unripe, it's green. And he's like, well, why are they selling all these green lemons? And Dennis goes, those are limes. And it's just like, and it's the thing, it's like he's he's dumb, but he's not, but he has a big heart.
He's like what I would call a, what do you call them? Like a,
lovable idiot?
No.
Sorry.
A himbo.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like he's not like a bad person, you know?
No,
what I mean?
I thought his character was actually very uninteresting. Like I loved, like I wanted to see more Rocky.
Yeah, I did too, and I think it's interesting because so we talked about the foot thing earlier, and it really freaked me out. It like kind of peaks at this like they're in a hotel together, and Dennis gets drunk, and he's like, "Let me give you a foot massage," and Roman's like, "Weird, but sure." So he does, and he's like, oh, that feels good, and, like, Roman's eyes are closed, and then Dennis puts his toe in his mouth, and it really, I was like, ugh.
Especially a boy's foot, like, oh my
and especially,
God.
it was like he had just come back from the gym or something.
No,
so he was,
they
like,
came back from, like, a game. It's just, like, he was just sweaty, like, ew.
It was something where he was, like, really sweating, but that really grossed me out. But I just want to say, I thought this movie, like, literally how it was shot was beautiful. Like there's this whole
the party scene, the split.
Yes, that was, I was like, okay, I don't think it's gonna get nominated for anything, but I think I think James Sweeney is like someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
just because of like the vision he had in this.
Totally. Is that his first movie?
It's his second. I forget the name of, I think the first movie he did is called like Straight Up, I think. I haven't seen it. But it's his second movie. And he said he was like, you know, that one people really liked, but it didn't get as good of reviews. And he said, well, he was like, I had a lot smaller of a budget. So he's like, That's what money will do is you can make a better movie. But I mean, it's like, it's just, there's a lot of beautiful like neon colors and like, just like, it's a really,
it felt eerie.
Visually interesting movie.
It is. It was. I recommend it. I think if you're looking for a good, if you're still listening, maybe you don't plan on watching it because you did just spoil the whole movie. Yeah. But if you're tuning back in, I'd say give it a watch. It's a good
give it a gander.
Yeah. Twinless.
Speaking of things like to give a gander to. Okay, so we haven't done this in a while, and I just wanted to bring it up because I just had like things that it was like fall coded things of movie assignments, and I was like, we're running out of, or like spooky. So you can say no, but I have two options for you.
I don't have anything for you.
Maybe I'll just watch whatever option
Which
you
is
pick.
what I was saying. Well, you've already watched it.
But it's been years. Both of them, it's like been like 15 years since I've seen them.
I wish I could think of something for you.
Earlier, you were trying to guess. It's not Practical Magic. It's not Sleepy Hollow.
Definitely thought it was Sleepy Hollow because you said you were watching it.
So the first option is An American Werewolf in London.
Oh, you did tell me you were gonna.
And I think because you like The Wicker Man, I think you would like this. It's very like folk horror. It's 1970s. It's a little bit campy. It's a little bit whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just fun. It's like a little bit silly, fun, spooky, whatever. And it also is like very like culturally significant. Option 2, Pan's Labyrinth, Guillermo del Toro.
I think I've seen Pan's Labyrinth.
You told me you hadn't.
Oh. Didn't know I told you that.
I thought you wanted to see it.
I don't like being forced to see things.
You're the one whose idea was movie assignments originally.
An American Werewolf in London. Let's see. Is it a folk horror? It's a supernatural comedy horror.
Yeah.
No, you said folk.
It's kind of folky. It's like in Scotland. He eventually goes to London, but
England. Lies.
Just like Scotland. It's like a little remote
like
town. Pan's Labyrinth.
I'll give it some thought.
Okay, Guillermo del Toro. We're gonna be in that era soon.
Aww, I recommended Guillermo del Toro to you. Remember?
The person?
Pinocchio.
Oh yeah. I was like the director. I was like
signed it to you.
Yeah.
I wish I could think of one for you. I just can't. I don't know. I feel like you've seen everything that I would want you to watch.
There's a lot of things I haven't seen. I just watched Jaws for the first time.
Have you seen The Shining?
Yes.
Have you seen The Thing?
No.
Okay. You have to watch The Thing.
Okay. And you can pick one of those two.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay.
That's what Alexa has been
I've been meaning to watch it.
I suppose I will watch Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay. I knew you'd pick that one.
Why?
Because it's Guillermo del Toro. It'll get you ready for Frankenstein. True. I haven't watched it in a long time, so maybe I'll watch it too.
I'm so disappointed that Frankenstein's on Netflix. That's so crazy.
It's got to be a contract thing.
I'm surprised he would want that. He does have a contract with Netflix, but I'm just surprised that he would be okay with that. He seems like
auteur.
Well, he seems like he'd be like anti-streamer. You know what I mean? You know how like Christopher Nolan is like anti-streamer? Like I feel like that's how Guillermo del Toro is.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about him. Also, I think Guillermo would be such a good cat name.
Mm-hmm.
Be good.
That'd be a good cat name.
Yeah.
I love Guillermo del Toro. I will watch any.
I love his freaky little movies.
It is crazy. I almost kind of wish you hadn't like said that I haven't watched Pan's Labyrinth because I feel like people are gonna come for me now because I was just about to say I've like seen all of his movies but like I haven't seen that one.
Well, now you will have.
Sort of like have I seen it? Because I feel like in some ways I have.
I think you would remember if you'd seen it. It's kind of freaky. Yeah. Well, people can't see what you did, but you put the hands over the eyes.
I'm actually really scared of that, so I don't know if I want to watch it.
It's like a child.
I think that's why I didn't ever watch it because like that used to really scare the
when
shit
it came out, like how old you were at the time, it probably would have really scared me. But now as an adult, you'd probably be fine. But we'll find out.
Yeah.
In other news, if you haven't heard, the Louvre was broken into.
And two of them were
that's my
arrested.
newsreel sound. Oh, really?
Two people have been arrested today. And someone was like, please don't be hot. Please don't be hot. Please don't be hot.
There was this whole thing. I meant to follow up. The New York Times were like, there was a picture where it was like two cops, but in front of them was like this guy in like a pea coat and like a he looked like a 1950s detective, and everyone, it was like the internet was trying to figure out who this man was because they were like, oh my God, I hope it's him.
It's just crazy. It feels like an old time. Like I feel like we're so back. Like our Ocean's 11. Like we're just back to like
theft is back.
A classic jewel thief case. Classic. Like it's great.
It's classic. I love it. My favorite thing when I was reading it is that they like drove away on like two high-powered scooters, and I was just picturing like them like the Lime scooters, like they get on with the jewels, and it's just like bump bump bump.
Why with jewels would they get on a scooter?
I think it must have been an intense scooter. No, it's Paris. Everybody's scooting around. I don't know. But anyways,
I think it's fun.
It is fun. I mean, it's not fun that like they stole like really precious like historical items, but it's also
we're so back.
It's crazy. People were like, it was 9:30 in the morning, broad daylight. Like
it's crazy,
and they just went a big
and they would have gotten away with it.
It literally feels like, you know how like in a 1920s like silent film where it's like we're putting up a ladder and we're like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
that's what it
iconic.
felt like. And it's people were like, this is the most French thing. Like they didn't even do it before like the workday started.
No.
And like, what's the security like? And I think something else, some other museum got robbed recently too. And it's like, we need to secure this
place. Tighten up,
yeah. Let's get it. Let's tighten this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so like, good luck to the Louvre, I guess.
Good luck to the robbers, I guess.
I don't know.
Two of them got arrested.
We'll keep you guys updated if they're hot or not.
Yeah. And then you have something you want to talk about.
Yeah, so speaking of Paris, so Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, I put Justin Trudy on here.
I did see that.
Have officially come out as together.
Wild.
And it literally, again, not on my 2025 bingo card. And Chris was like, yeah, people have been speculating
Nothing
that for months.
Katy Perry does is on anyone's bingo card.
Yes, so the appearance coincided with her 41st birthday over the weekend, and it's their first public outing as a couple, and then they were like photographs of them on their mega yacht, like making out and stuff, and it was just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, this comes after obviously Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom split earlier this year. Justin Trudeau was also former Prime Minister of Canada, if you don't know. Also previously married to Sophie Gregory for 18 years, and they split up in 2023. He's about 50 years old, so he's almost like 10 years older than her. But he looks like there's photos of him at the concert, and he just looks like he's having a blast.
At 41, is 50 that crazy? Like,
no.
It's not.
But he just looks like he's just like, oh my God, I'm dating a pop star. You know what I mean?
Like David Harbour and Lily Allen.
Wow, that's crazy.
Anyway, I imagine. I mean, they're an interesting couple. I feel like
good luck to them.
It's not that crazy to me, but it's also like, oh, interesting.
It's not crazy, but it's just like
it is though.
Like gun to my head, couldn't have predicted it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like just random.
This might be.
How do you
Katy
think Orlando
Perry's,
Bloom
sorry,
feels?
My eye is so itchy right now. This must be Katy Perry's most random year, ever.
Yeah, I mean, she was just in space.
She was just in space,
and now
she's dating
the Canadian Prime Minister, former
Canadian Prime Minister.
I was about to say alleged. No, he definitely was. Just isn't anymore.
Trudeau.
That's how you do French. It's like it's like the episode of SpongeBob where he's like in the underground and he's like Justin Trudeau.
That used to freak me out. I hated that episode.
I just spit so much all over this mic. Sorry, everyone. But congrats to them and their blooming love. Okay. I guess
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, their Orlando blooming love. Again, what do you think? He's just like, wait,
just like,
okay, sure. Who's he gonna come out with next? He's gonna be like, hello, this is my girlfriend Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Hello. Oh, that's good.
But
yeah.
To wrap up the month, as always, we like to just announce our upcoming joys, things we're looking forward to watching.
I'll look at your list. I just saw something.
Well, I literally just like search and I put them up here.
No. Yeah.
So I'm excited for I Love LA. It's the Rachel Sennett show.
The previously untitled Rachel Sennett show, which was untitled for so long.
Yeah.
How do you think? It looks interesting. I'm going to give it a try. People seem to like, early reviews seem to like it, but I don't know if it's just because it's like hyped up. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be watching it.
Yeah. I'll give it a watch. I'll let you know. The second thing, I put this on here. This is on MGM Plus. So
Robin Hood?
I don't know how I'm gonna watch it.
A new Robin Hood?
But it looks vibey. You know what I mean? Like
what is it?
It's Robin Hood. But it's like a show. Hang on, let me pull up the
I love Robin Hood.
I do too. Unfortunately, it won't be Sexy Fox Robin Hood, but
no, but can I say something? I feel like Robin Hood has not been successful in a long time.
Yeah, and let's bring it back. So like it's going to be on MGM Plus. Like, it's going to be, look at all these arrows and stuff. Do you remember when Keira Knightley was Robin Hood?
No, what?
That's a whole movie where she's Robin Hood.
No, she wasn't.
Look at this. It's got the guy from Game of Thrones. Like, it looks like
what
exactly,
a vibe.
Yes, exactly how you would want it to look. Like, there's crowns, there's capes, there's bow and arrows,
please.
A hot Robin.
Why is it on MGM Plus? Who has that?
I don't know.
Who has access to MGM Plus and can let us use your password?
Yeah, I'll illegally download this. Like, look at that cute little face.
I had no idea about
I didn't either. I was like looking up shows that were coming out, and I was like, I love a little like. Not.
What
I guess
if it's not good.
I guess you wouldn't call it a period piece because like.
I'm sorry, they call him Rob. Okay, I'm out.
What was it you wanted to dress up as, like Robin in the Hood or something?
No, when I was in middle school. When I was in middle school, I was really obsessed with like looking up like hot, like older girl, like Halloween costumes that I could wear.
Absolutely.
And I like really wanted to be Robin to Hood. It was just a costume. Like it was probably sold at like, I don't even know.
I think you can still do it. There's still time.
What a crazy
Robin
name.
to Hood.
Why would they call it that?
What was the costume? Was it
like a sexy Robin Hood. I
just imagine
it was like a green dress.
You're like 11 years old and you're just like my dream.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was me.
So, anyways, Robin Hood is coming out on MGM Plus on November 2nd. Also, I didn't say I Love LA is coming out on November 2nd as well. Palm Royale season 2. I'm excited for is coming out. I loved the first season.
I know.
It got nominated,
I didn't even
but
think about it. But.
It's very vibey. I'm surprised you haven't watched it.
No,
because it's like 19. Okay,
no. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just kidding. Can I say something? I'm still reading about Robin Hood. I forgot that they say like he leads a rebel band, and I forgot that it's like you call things like a merry band.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean like a band. It means like a group of.
Oh yes, band of brothers.
Whoa.
Oh,
while she infiltrates. Okay, I thought. Never mind. Band of brothers. Yeah, you're right.
You should really look up Keira Knightley Robin Hood. It's not bad, but it's not good. That's all I'll say.
I
used to have it on DVD.
The one with
Blu-ray.
Okay. There's one. What's the one with Russell Crowe where he played? It's just called Robin Hood, I guess. Do you know Matthew McFadden was like the sheriff?
No, I believe that. He pops up so randomly.
He's in so many things.
Love those Brits. They're just like, we got one Brit, we got them all. It's going to be in everything.
2001. That's before. It's not even rated.
Is this Russell Crowe?
It's called Princess of Thieves. Are you talking about that one?
Oh, Keira Knightley? Yeah.
It's before Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes. Let me see it.
The hell? Are you like nostalgic for it or something?
Yes, I had this. But yeah, Princess of Thieves.
What?
Gender reverse Robin Hood. Robin the Hood. That was Keira Knightley.
Robin Hood.
And then All Her Fault. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned this.
What's All Her Fault?
It has Sarah Snook.
You're really teaching me these things.
And I forget what streaming service. It's November 6th. It's kind of like I think it's like a multi-perspective like mystery thriller.
Yes, I almost said Dakota Johnson. Dakota Fanning's in it.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that one. I think you're excited for this one.
Oh yeah, I will be watching this. I will be watching All Her Fault.
Yeah. I will be. We'll report back. Don't worry.
Okay.
Die My Love comes out on November 7th.
I really want to see it. How do you feel about the like preview though?
Was it you or was it TikTok? Someone was like, all the previews recently are like, let me show. It reminds me of American Horror Story intros where it's just like bits of people being crazy. And then it's like, oh, we love each other, crazy.
I think it's I'm just going to say it feels very like Oscar baity on Jennifer Lawrence's part. Apparently she's like having basically a mental breakdown the whole movie. And I'm just, I also feel like there's a lot of movies about like motherhood and like how it can kind of drive you like crazy. Like there's a movie with Rose Byrne out like about that. And I'm just like, okay, can we not think of other topics? Like I feel like whatever. I don't know. But I will be watching it because I do want to see Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson in a movie together.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And I think she's a great actress. I just think she's...
I don't know what I didn't know the premise was until you just talked about it now.
Yeah, she's like a new mother and she's kind of like losing it, I think.
As we all are.
Yeah.
And then Frankenstein, November 7th. Very excited. You guys know how we feel about that one. This one I put on for you.
Now You See Me 3.
Yeah.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Oh, wow. Okay. That comes out November 14th. I think it's in theaters. Yeah. Also, Die My Love is in theaters. Frankenstein's on Netflix. So that'll be exciting. I don't think I watched this. Maybe I did watch the second one and I just don't remember
Now
it.
You See Me Too.
Yeah.
It's not memorable. I just love these movies.
I do love a good... Did you ever watch a movie? It's called The Illusionist or whatever. And it was it was like Victorian magician. Illusionist.
Or am I thinking of the one with... I'm thinking of the one with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. Do you remember that one? It started with a P. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I just love the night. They're just fun. They're not great movies, but they're just so fun.
Yeah, exactly. Then Wicked for Good, November 21st. That'll be in theaters. Mm-hmm.
I'm really sad because I'm going to be traveling when last year my mom and I went to the early access screening, and we can't do it this year because I'll be gone. But I'm excited.
All I'm gonna say is the sound editing better be improved.
They better
this
fix
year.
that. Yeah,
that pissed me off.
Well, and also the John M. Chu was like, he was like, if you go to your local theater, make sure you ask them to turn it up to a blah blah. And it's like, okay, we shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, just fire that sound editor.
Yeah,
and hire me. And then Stranger Things, the first episode / film of season 5.
Yeah, 2.5 hour long.
Yeah, comes out on Netflix on November 26th. So I guess we're gonna watch those grown adults play children. Still, I guess we'll find out what happens.
Last time.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm also just like,
they're like juniors in high school. They're 25.
Yeah, they're
40.
They literally own multiple homes.
Have babies.
Yes, it's crazy. They've seen things,
Stranger Things.
They've fought in war. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I'm reading this book right now.
Yes.
Hamnet, which will probably be a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Tough one.
I think it'll definitely be like an Oscar movie. So
yeah, people are already saying.
What else? I love
Picture.
this time of year where you're like, what's gonna be the next?
Yeah.
Oscar
Well, what's
movie?
coming?
Because I truly, other than that movie, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Because they haven't like been on our radar yet, and I think it's always fun.
I know. I was looking it up, like what people were predicting. I was like, oh, none of these movies except for like 2 would come out.
I think Sinners will be on there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And one battle after another.
Oh duh. Yeah, you're right.
There's probably a couple. The year is long, as the day is short.
Good point.
You know. But anyway, so that's what we're looking forward to. Let us know what you guys are looking forward to. Thanks for listening this week. As always, please like, rate, review, subscribe, share this podcast with your friends, share it with the Louvre thieves.
They would love this.
Yeah, you know, share it with whoever. But most importantly, come back and share in our friendship.
Aw.
But we'll see you next time. Bye.